Today, I would like to present a challenge. It's not an easy challenge. I guess that's why it's called a challenge. It's kind of difficult because you're going to have to admit something that most people feel uncomfortable talking about. I know it is for me. I have been trying to fight this assignment for a long time. I did not want to do it because that means I would have to open up about some things in my life that I necessarily don't want to open up about. But I see that there's no way around it. I keep being drawn to it. It's like I can't escape it no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I try to distance myself from doing it or come up with excuses as to why I shouldn't be the one to do it. But here I am. It's almost like I'm being forced to do it. And I keep being disobedient about wanting to do this challenge. And yet I'm drawn to it. And I don't want to be. Just this past weekend, I went to a speaking engagement with a friend. We're newly acquainted friends, but she's such a pleasure to be around. And during the speaking engagement, at the end of it, a young lady approached me. She approached me about a writing I had did, a letter I had written, and how it inspired her to be brave enough to confront some situations that were going on in a workplace that she and I worked together at. I addressed the term called workplace incivility. A lot of people don't know about that. And she was inspired to confront some situations that were going on in her job due to my writing, due to this writing, this letter I had written. With that being said, it was just such a blessing for her to come up to me afterwards to let me know that my writing had inspired her so. And I believe that is my God-given talent. I'm not the best writer out there. I am no Tyler Perry. But I would say that my writing skills are pretty decent. I can write a good poem. I can write an excellent poem. In fact, I'm great at writing poetry. But the type of poetry I write is about real life situations. And that's what brings me to this challenge. The challenge I'm going to present to you today involves mental health, something that I know a lot about. But my target in mental health is suicidal ideation. Suicidal ideation is when one have constant thoughts of wanting to end their life. And I know a lot about that too. And it could be for various reasons as to why someone wants to end their life. And it does not make them crazy. It just makes them tired of life. Life could be challenging, and we know that. So the challenge that I have today, I made this little brochure about, so be on the lookout for this brochure. I made this brochure, and it's called the IHAVE Challenge. It's kind of somewhat like the Me Too movement. You know how the Me Too movement deal with sexual harassment and on the job or in your personal life, where you've been sexually assaulted or harassed in any form or fashion, and you say Me Too. And that challenge helped build a community of survivors to speak openly about what they had experienced. That's what the IHAVE Challenge is about. The IHAVE Challenge is to build a community of people, of like-minded people who think about suicidal ideation. And perhaps you don't, but you know someone who does, and you want to be a part of this community to help. So the question I pose to you today is, have you ever thought about suicide? And you are to answer honestly. And you think about that question. You think about it. Have you ever thought about suicide? Maybe it was just for a split second. You just felt there was no other way out than to kill yourself. Maybe because it was an embarrassment over something that you did. Or maybe it was something that was done to you. Or maybe it was self-sabotaging behavior. Whatever the case may be, you thought about it, even if it was just for a split second. Or maybe you're someone like me who has struggled with it. I've struggled with suicidal ideation since I was 11 years old. That's when I realized that I just didn't have good parents, I wasn't born into a good family. And we know about dysfunctional families, right? So let me tell you a little bit more about the I Have Challenge. I'm just going to look at this pamphlet for a minute. So how do you take it? This is how the I Have Challenge is taken. You answer the question, have you ever thought about suicide? And you respond honestly by saying, I have. And you can say, I have for yourself. You can say, I have for someone who is struggling currently. Or you can say, I have to someone who, in memory of someone who's already taken their life to suicide. You're speaking on their behalf. You're going to post your response on social media in a video, a caption, or even just the image. You could just post something, I have. Or you could put an image up there, and you could have I have up under it. And then I want you to tag 3 to 5 people or more. Or if you can only know one person who you can tag, just tag that one person and have them participate. Have them participate for somebody, have them participate for themselves. Again, it's about building a community of people who can share their story, and that story may help someone else. And you say, this is how I got over it. I decided not to kill myself. I decided to fight through it. I decided to go through the court system. I decided to speak against this person. I decided to share my story. I decided to go get counseling. I decided to go get medication. Whatever it is that you decided to do, because that can help someone else, because there is nothing new under the sun. It's only new victims. And so we have to help each other. That, we have children now that are committing suicide. I'm talking about children, 9, 10-year-olds, who are thinking about, I had someone come to one of my speaking engagements, who 8-year-old son thought about harming himself. An 8-year-old should not be thinking that way. So we have to have the teenagers talking to the preteens. We have to have the preteens talking to the children, telling them, I didn't do it because I know that would make my mom sad. Or that young adult now who's out of high school say, I didn't kill myself over that nude picture because I knew that it wouldn't last forever. I tell teenagers quick. The Kardashians built their empire off of a nude photo, a nude video. That nude video is not going to be with you for the rest of your life. So after you tag 2 or 3 people, you hashtag I have, hashtag I have challenge, hashtag VT, V as in Vanessa, T as in Thompson, butterfly. Hashtag those things. And sit back and watch this community build up. I'm sorry, don't sit back. Do not sit back. Be active. Get involved. Post more videos. Talk to people. We have to build a community. We are no longer going to stay in hiding. There's so many other people who are fighting different causes who decided, we're not going to stay in hiding anymore. We're going to do something about this. And it's time that we do too. Because someone who struggles with suicidal ideation should not be held for 72 hours on the 6th floor at the hospital just because they admitted to having suicidal thoughts. Sometimes a good conversation and just knowing that someone cares, or just knowing that someone has been through it, someone who can empathize and sympathize with you, sometimes that's enough. The I Have Challenge, and you can find more information at IHAVECHALLENGE.com, lowercase IHAVECHALLENGE.com. 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 I'm excited about it. Even though it's a very sensitive and difficult topic, I am excited about the community that is going to be built from this, that is going to be created from this. I am excited about the lives that will be saved. I can't tell you how it broke my heart when 3 people in my community, all under the age of 25, ended their life because they felt no other way out, that they felt that suicide was the only option for them. And I know what that feeling is like. And some of you out there know what that feeling is like too. Not some, a lot of you know what that feeling is like. but somehow you manage to pull through. And that's what we have to educate people about. On the IHAVECHALLENGE.com website, you're going to find resources. You're going to hear bits and pieces of my story, and you're going to read why it is important to build this community. There's going to be articles, informational articles that you can read, that you can share with other people. Life is worth living. You don't know if you're going to be that person to find the cure for cancer, for AIDS. You cannot end your life, even no matter how challenging and difficult you think it may be. And Lord knows I have been through some things. But I'm still here. And I want you to be here too. I see you. I am you. I understand you. And there is no judgment here. IHAVECHALLENGE.com. Please remember that.